Okay. Welcome to all the participants that are in. It looks like we have 10 people who are joining us. Hopefully you can hear us. If you can just hear us and you can't see us, there should be in the upper right end of your screen, you should be able to see participants. And if you click that, it should drop down and you should be able to see both myself and Samantha. But for those of you who are joining in, you can see us and hear us. Welcome to the transfer session today. Myself, Tanya Deese, I am a transfer advisor here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and I will be sharing a presentation with you. I was a transfer student to SUNY Plattsburgh, so I'm an alum from SUNY Plattsburgh, so I can share a little bit of my personal experiences being a student here, as well as I'll give you some admissions background information. I'm joined today by Samantha. I'll give her a moment to introduce herself here in a second. But she is a current student here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and she as well is a transfer student, so she'll be able to answer some questions. So like I said, we'll go through a presentation. It should take 45 minutes, and throughout the entire presentation, we ask that if you have any questions, you have the ability to type in your text box there the questions, and we will be able to see them, and we can answer them as we go throughout the presentation. And then I will be asking Samantha some questions throughout the presentation as well. So feel free at any point in time to ask both myself or Samantha some questions. So I will start. Give you the throne. Feel free to introduce yourself. Just name, where you're from, where you transferred from, and what year you are.
You got it. So Samantha, she already introduced me, but I'm a junior here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and I transferred during my freshman year for second semester. I came from actually Penn State main campus, so it was a huge switch. But I'm here because I had some friends that went here, but I also was looking for something smaller, and I actually toured Plattsburgh when like a junior, maybe even a sophomore in high school, because my best friend that's a year older than me was touring here. I knew I liked the campus. I knew I had people to support and everything. I only heard good things, so I ended up transferring here. And I have to be the best choice for me. So definitely a lot. And I'm from Westchester, so I'm like the White Plains if anyone's from there. But that's all I got to bring.
And your psychology?
I have a psychology major with a criminology minor.
Awesome, great. So we're going to get started with the presentation. So I'm going to start off by sharing some fast facts about SUNY Plattsburgh with you. SUNY Plattsburgh, if you're not familiar with our campus, we were founded in 1889 as a state normal and training school. Essentially what that means is we were founded as an education institution. We had an academic hall, which was Hawkins Hall, the largest building on our campus. Had one academic class of 30 students. Basically, since then, we have grown. We are a comprehensive institution within the SUNY system. We're a liberal arts institution. We are about a 300-acre campus with 36 buildings. At a mid-sized campus, we have about just under 5,400 currently enrolled undergraduates, 341 graduate students on our campus. Student population is quite diverse. Our students represent 25 states and about 65 to 70 countries. We do have one of the largest international student populations on our campus, so we're really proud of that. So students who are looking to really expand their cultural horizons can do so here at Plattsburgh. And then all of our programs are accredited by the Middle States Association. Many programs will hold specific accreditations, program or teaching, education. They have specific accreditations housed within their programs, but overall, institution is accredited by the Middle States Institution. So into looking at transfers at a glance, who transfers to SUNY Plattsburgh? 72% of our transfer students are between the ages of 18 to 22. 28% of our transfer students are 23 years of age or older. And then 7.5% out-of-state or international transfer students. But I'll review that this past year we did take in about 733 transfer students overall, and to compare that to our undergraduate class, which is about just under 1,000 freshmen. So to kind of get an idea of how many transfer students versus how many freshmen that we take in each year. And you see on the screen there the top majors that students transfer into include business, psychology, criminal justice, computer science, and biology. Those are our top programs that students transfer into, but here on campus we do have over 60 different programs for students to transfer into. I'll talk a little bit about those programs and some of their specifics later on in the presentation. We do have, at Plattsburgh, we have a main campus. 87% of our transfer students come to a main campus, which is housed in Plattsburgh, New York, and then 13% of our transfer students actually are in one of our 4 completion programs at our branch campus, which is in Queensbury, New York, and I'll talk a little bit about that campus later on in the presentation. Our transfer students are diverse in themselves. We have traditional transfer students who will go from high school to a community college and then transfer to our institution. We do have transfer students who have taken gap years, a gap semester. They just have taken some time off. Maybe they've been working. Maybe they have families. We have our transfer students will come from the military, so they've taken time off. So a lot of different ways as far as transfer goes and transferring to Plattsburgh. So I'd like to ask Samantha to just share briefly a bit about your transfer pathway. You said that you had started off you went to Penn State and then you wanted to come to Plattsburgh. So you talk a little about that. How did you make the choice and why you ultimately chose Plattsburgh?
Yeah, so I was starting my freshman year, which is like the hardest one, obviously, to readjust and readapt to. And I knew it wasn't for me. That I thought that way because it was too large. So right away I looked at some of the schools I was considering before and looked for a smaller, one good reviews about actually having the professors know you, because I didn't like that feeling of not just being in the crowd.
Yes.
So I ended up trying to go places, and I thought about, I don't want to start over. A lot of people during their freshman year, or like you feel even later on, if you don't want to jump in and feel like you'll never fit here, it's very hard not to be very welcoming. I would say out of our student people are kind of, I use the word friendly, I guess,
yeah,
in the analogy, but I was somewhere where I knew I could start and I would kind of recognize people. I've seen the campus before and stuff like that. So I chose Plattsburgh because I have 2 friends that go here. I knew the campus from touring it, and most of the reviews you saw on Plattsburgh, it was exactly what I was looking for, like close-knit in a sense, and a lot to do with, and also coming from an area like Westchester, I wanted something that was different that I wouldn't necessarily get to experience somewhere else. And this area is so beautiful. I remember falling in love with it the first time I came on the campus. So I thought it was a great fit and an easy process. You guys were real well with working with me. Like I remember I got my transcripts and everything at first, but it was an easy process. Everything was set out for you, and I thought actually really smooth because you got options of where you wanted to pick if you wanted to be in freshman dormitory or not. And whatnot. It's very smooth, especially compared to other programs I was looking at the time.
Great. So for that, because you touched on several different key points that I want to backtrack on. So a lot of transfer students, some transfer students, they want a smaller institution. They go to this larger institution. They want to look for something a little bit smaller. So I would say we're about a middle-sized campus. We're having just under 5,400 current enrolled students. You're really able to meet someone new every day, but also see the same faces. Well, obviously, we have transfer advisors like myself who will help you throughout the process of transferring. And even if you just have an interest in you're not sure if you want to commit to a transfer process, but you just want to get some information, you're more than welcome to always reach out to us. I did see that someone asked a question about, we're going to talk about the transfer application process. We'll talk about that a little bit further on into the presentation. So first, to start off, a lot of transfer students, their first question is credit. How are my credits going to transfer? So as you see here on the screen, if you are currently at a 2-year institution, we will take up to 67 total credits to transfer into a program here at Plattsburgh. If you're at a 4-year institution, we will evaluate and take in 84 overall credits. We do take advanced credit from high school, so 2 additional to your credits that you might be taking if you take any high school AP, IB, CLEP. All we just need is an official transcript with those scores on them, and we can evaluate them. In the process, we'll talk a little bit about, like I mentioned later on in the presentation, you will just want to get official transcripts from anywhere that you've gone to, any institutions that you've been to. We have transfer students that have gone to 3, 4 different institutions, so we just need official transcript from all those institutions when you're thinking of applying, so that we can evaluate all the credit originally where you've obtained that. There's a key note at the bottom of the screen I want to point out. Students who have met the SUNY general education requirements, it's important to know that would, we are at Plattsburgh, so you would fulfill the Plattsburgh State general education requirements, with the exception of a global issues course. You would have to take a global issues course here at SUNY Plattsburgh. Anyone who is out of state or not attending a SUNY institution, so you're not really completing the SUNY general education requirements, but you are fulfilling general education requirements and honor those credits. We also have course equivalency tables right on our Plattsburgh website. If you have questions, if you're wondering if your English 101 at your current institution will transfer to Plattsburgh, you can go right on our Plattsburgh website, check out those course equivalency tables, and see how your credit would actually transfer. And again, you can always email or reach out to a transfer advisor here, and we are happy to assist you. So I'll talk a little bit about orientation. So when you are thinking about applying to Plattsburgh, after you put an application, you've got your decision, and you're saying, yes, I'll be a student at SUNY Plattsburgh. I'll talk a little about what are the next steps. So you would be invited, if you're looking for a fall semester, if you're thinking about fall 2017 or fall 2018, you would be invited to a fall orientation day. And we host one in June and one in July, as you see on the screen. During this time, you would be able to meet with faculty, register for your classes, meet other students who may be coming into your particular program, take any placement exams that you might need to. Spring is a little bit different if you're thinking about applying and coming to SUNY Plattsburgh in the spring. The process is where you would actually email the chair of the department that you've been accepted to. The chair would give you a PIN number and assist you in registering for your classes. So it's not actually an on-campus orientation for the spring semester. So which semester did you transfer into?
I transferred actually into the spring.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was a little nervous, of course, at first, because like there's no orientation. Yep. What if I get lost, everything else? Get settled in. But actually walked you through the process. Like I emailed the PIN and I got a response right away. There was options in the email of classes I could take if I needed help. There was phone numbers to call. Everything went pretty smoothly. And then once I got here, there was always people willing to help, and there was all these resources you could reach out to if you did feel uncomfortable because you didn't have an actual orientation. So it really wasn't bad, because a lot of times the orientation is overwhelming sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it was like you had the same information just without the actual walking.
Right. And we'll assist you too as well as the transfer advisors here in the admissions office. We post all of the contact information for the chairs and give you the exact step-by-step in how to register for classes. So again, we're here to assist you and help you through the process. We want this process to be very streamlined for you and easy. So after you've attended orientation, you are going to come to campus if you're choosing our Plattsburgh site. So opening week, so what can you expect your first week here at Plattsburgh? So once you've decided that, yes, Plattsburgh's where I want to go, you've got your classes all set, then this is an opportunity for us to discuss housing. Did you live on campus?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so wonderful. So here at Plattsburgh, we have 12 residence halls in total. 2 are devoted to strictly upperclassmen. So depending on how many credits you're coming in with and where you're standing, you'll be eligible to live in one of those 2 buildings. And have 2 that are devoted to freshmen. Obviously, you'll be eligible to live in those buildings. And then the other buildings for you to choose from. They offer free cable hookup, television internet, phone hookup, and that's all free to students. Those buildings are locked 24/7 with an ID card access only. So during opening week, you can expect to get your ID card that would allow you to get into your dorm building. your specific building that you are living in. You access 27 other dorm buildings if you have friends. So if I was living in, I wanted to visit Samantha, I would be able to get into her building midnight, and then it would lock me out until 6 in the morning. That kind of jumping into that, talk a little about security. We do have a light system on our campus, and we have here state police officers right here on our campus as well, and they've been through training, they carry guns, so we work with the city police as well, just because we are an open campus, and you can kind of feel that if you do a virtual tour, or if you come to campus and you visit our campus, you'll get a good idea of what our campus looks like in that sense. So all of the dorm buildings, there are RAs on every floor. They're just an upperclassmen. They're there to help with the transition. They're there to help if you have any conflicts. They'll also help get you involved, which we'll talk a little about later on in the presentation. But during opening week, you can also take this time to explore the area. There's lots to do in Plattsburgh, and there's lots to do just surrounding Plattsburgh. We're in a very unique location where in 20 minutes you can be in another country or another state. A 20-minute ferry ride will get you over to Vermont, which an additional 30-minute drive will get you to Burlington, Vermont. Those of you transfer students who love to shop, you love Burlington. It is essentially an outdoor shopping mall, lots of entertainment, lots of different food options for you to choose from. And then we are, like I said, 20 minutes from the border of Canada, so students can go over to Montreal. There's a lot of entertainment there as well. Just in the surrounding Plattsburgh area, we are surrounded by the Adirondacks, so if you're a hiker, you like to be outdoors exploring, and then of course we are on Lake Champlain, and we do have a city beach. So the opening is going to be a good time for you to explore the area, explore what we have on our campus, and like I said, just surrounding campus. So jump in, and you said that you lived on campus. Yeah. Could you maybe talk about that process, being a transfer student, transfer spring, and then living on campus?
So where I wanted to live, but I knew I was living in freshman dorming, so I was like, maybe I'll try to do that building. So I ended up living in Wilson. And it was actually a good experience because at my other school, I wasn't put into a building with other freshmen. Everyone's very friendly. When I came in, people came to the door to meet me. They were like, heard you on our floor. They didn't recognize my face. And when the floor meetings, I know sometimes they sound tedious. It's like there are other group of people I don't know. But it's actually a nice way to get to know the people who are around, because I was meeting them, and they all got to my name. They asked later like what I was doing. They would come see. Very welcoming. It was like open door, which that's what I was hoping for, especially coming in not knowing what the situation would be. But anyway, I know everyone complains about freshmen, but it's really not that bad. It was actually really nice to be surrounded by people that are in the same exact boat that you are. But,
yeah, if you are someone who has maybe attended a community college for only one semester or 1 year, and you are still at that freshman status, and that is what the type of college that you want to live in, we will certainly accommodate that. And those of you who may have more credits under your belt, you will have other opportunities to live in different buildings, but everyone has the opportunity to choose from all different housing styles. We have high buildings, low buildings, we have suite style, corridor style. Which style housing did you live in? Suite style. Corridor style. Okay, so corridor is essentially a long hallway where the whole hallway shares a common area, common bathroom. Suite style, I like to describe it as an apartment without it. Yeah. Each floor has the kitchen, but we do have housing accommodations for transition as well as graduate students, and the majority of our students actually stay on campus and live on campus all 4 years, and if they attend a graduate program, they stay on.
Yeah, I lived in McDonough. I loved it. It's a beautiful building, and there's a lot of room, and it's not weird. It goes off like you share a kitchen, you see people, everyone cleans up after themselves. The laundry is there, which is a nice accommodation, especially I now live off campus, and I miss laundry. So definitely take advantage of everything that the building has to offer. But
that's a great segue, because someone just asked what is what is the daily life like as you're not on campus? So that's a good segue into that. All of our dorm buildings have laundry available to them, and they are not coin operated. It's the service that we have, so it's not operated. You don't have to pay for that. You just a fee in your tuition. Transfer student, the daily life. What is your daily life like as a transfer student?
I mean, besides classes and the normal things, there's always people around. You can make study groups and different things. You always know if you're bored and there's not much going on. If you're like if you don't have your own schedule, if you go like the ACC and places like that, there's always something going on. A lot of times, like if you're friends with anyone, you hear about any of the Greek life events like that. It's not strictly for Greek life. There's a million things to go on, especially I know like parties soon are having like their sweetheart. It's like called Adult Sweetheart, and it's like where you sit there and like people put acts. You'll see some people that sing, dance, things you never expect. There's late nights where they have people performing and acts going on. Also, not a lot of people go downtown. There's different food places, and a lot to offer, and they're really good. Actually, sometimes there's different food things that like wouldn't be in my area, so I really do enjoy that while I'm up here. I'll also explore the area outside of just Plattsburgh itself, which is actually really beautiful. It's open. It has a flea market and antiques and stuff like that. It's actually really cool because I didn't think so at first, and one of them I went into, and it's amazing the stuff you find that like you would never see anywhere else. And then besides, obviously, as you mentioned, Montreal, which a lot of people go to. Like I know a group of my friends went to see Drake Future in concert there over in.
Cool.
And I know a lot of people love to go shopping. If you have money, it's just beautiful to go. I went and just to walk around, and it was beautiful.
And we do host day trips for our students, so we have buses that will take students for a small fee, around $10. We'll take them over to Burlington and to Montreal. So you definitely, as a student, can take advantage of the opportunities to travel. Moving forward, to talk a little bit about, okay, you survived your first week as a transfer student here at Plattsburgh. What else can you expect? So talk a little bit about your first semester here at SUNY Plattsburgh. So depending on how many credits you transfer, and in the admissions world, we understand that transfer students, their pathways are all going to be different. So your first semester, you may be taking just courses in your major. You maybe follow your general education requirements, and so now you're focused on your major specific courses. And then there's going to be your transfer students who are coming in who will need to complete their general education courses. So you may have a mixture of taking one or two courses within your major, then also taking courses to fulfill those education requirements. I did want to talk a little bit about support. In your first semester here, you will notice that there are all forms of different support for you. Whether you are a straight A student or whether you are struggling at Math 101, there's going to be support for you. You're going to have support from the professors within the classroom and within your program. You'll have support from your academic advisor. You'll have an academic advisor here at Plattsburgh within the program that you've been accepted to. That advisor will help you plan out the rest of your time here at Plattsburgh and make sure that you are on track for graduation. Our professors are required to host office hours. So when you're in your first class, you're going to get a syllabi. That syllabi is going to give you the days that the professor will have these office hours, and that's time for you to essentially just walk in and ask them questions. If you want to say, "Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm in your class. I just want to I just want you to know who I am," you can do that. Or if you are struggling and you have a question about what was taught today, you can most certainly reach out. They're very hands-on. Do you want to talk a little about some of the professors in your program and how accessible they are as far as hours, email, phone?
Definitely. Actually, that was one of the major things I noticed and I love about Plattsburgh. The professors not only know your face and your name and everything else, but they actually look out for you. Like I know personally in my psychology program, I'm very close to one of my professors, Dr. Paxton, because she not only looks out for me, she'll think of opportunities, anything else, will send out emails, stuff for internships, which I'm looking for because I'm in my junior year. And they only you up because they want to see you do the best they can. Actually, they have all over they'll hook you up with, or they'll think of you. Although, if I have a question and I email, usually most of my professors get back to me within the next few hours. Waiting days and you don't get answers back. I'm sure some that are very busy because a lot of professors here full-time jobs on the side of it. Like I know a lot of mine are actual psychologists in the field, but for you. And if they can't accommodate it with your office hours like, don't worry about if your schedule does not work with their office hours. If you know them, they will set aside to make for you to sit there and meet with them. And I question a lot of times if they can't meet right away, they'll try to answer it best over email. Really, in that sense, it's not just another face, another name. They sometimes can know how you learn and what's best for you, and they'll explain things in a different way than they would in the class itself. Yeah. So it makes sense to you and applies to you. It's really nice here in that sense. And then saying, sometimes you come in, you start with your major, and then you start with gen ed. A nice mix of the two, but either way, they work with you on both. Like, if I came in, I was a little confused, I wasn't sure what to expect, especially as being a freshman. I didn't get on my major yet, but every professor worked in right, especially if you explain your transfer and you're a little confused with the process. Sometimes the courses are a lot different from different universities. Either way, we're there for you, and they can explain it. They explain exactly how the system and everything is set up nice and in front of you, so you're not shocked or ambushed by anything.
Right.
Which is what I love.
And on a really good point, I want to talk a little bit more about our professors. So 97% of our tenure track faculty members are going to hold the highest degree within their field. So they are holding the PhD, so that they are actively doing research and they're up to date within the literature within their field. And as you mentioned, some of them are actively working still in the field as they're teaching on campus. So the information that you're being taught is up to date. And a lot of times that will open up opportunities for you as a transfer student undergraduate to do graduate work. They'll ask you to go along and doing some research.
Like the professor mentioned before, is doing research, and she was like, talk to me around advising, so see if I can get you to do research too. Cool. There's a lot of different things within their field, and like they have a lot of connections. Like downtown, we have a youth advocate program, and I'm getting involved with that, and it's similar to social work because I wanted to see if I would decide with it. I learned about it through peers in my class who looked out for it and said they were from the area, so they knew about it already, and they're doing it, as well as other professors that touch with Nick. A lot of them are school psychologists or something like that, so they're connected with a lot of things in the area, so it helps set you up.
Cool. So talk a little bit about that opportunity that you're being offered later in internship. But a few other places that I did want to touch base on our support goes. We have our Angel College Center, which we say is part of our campus. That houses what said earlier. There's a lot of table and activities that happen in that building, but also we have our Student Support Services office there. If you need anything additional inside or outside the classroom to help you become successful, audio or visual aids, extra testing time, alternative testing locations, that would be the place that you would want to reach out. We have a learning center housed in that building. The learning center does offer tutoring for more than 150 different courses on our campus. It's peer tutoring, so you can become a paid tutor if you want to get a little bit of extra change in your pocket. There's an opportunity there. We have different stuff as far as tutoring. If you want to set ongoing tutor, you want to be the same tutor on Monday to go over your writing, they can do that, as well as if you just have a one-time you want to stop in and meet math or writing or English tutor, you can most certainly do that there. And then we have our Career Development Center, which is a great place if you're looking for internships or jobs, and we will actually talk a little bit further about and more in depth about that area later on in the presentation. So we have different opportunities for you to get support on our campus. So just two majors. As you see here on the screen, we have schools, and we have over 60 different majors and minors for our students to choose from. I did want to point out here that students looking to transfer to classwork, if you have 57 or more credits that you would be transferring in, you do have to select a major that is due to financial aid purposes. So you will have to declare a major at that point. If you have less than those credits, the 56, you can come in as undeclared undecided, which at that point you would work with our academic advising office. We have an entire office with full staff that can help you if you're thinking of coming in as undecided, undeclared, quite sure what it is that you want to pursue further in depth, and they will help you through that process until you're ready to declare a major. Talk about the three schools that you see. We have our School of Arts and Sciences, our School of Education, Health, and Human Services, and then our School of Business and Economics. The first I'm going to talk about is our School of Arts and Sciences. This is going to be the largest school that we house here at SUNY Plattsburgh. The School of Arts and Sciences is also, if you're coming as undecided, undeclared, you're not quite sure what program you want to pursue, you'll take a lot of courses within this school. And if you're filling any of those general education requirements, they're going to be housed within the school. This on the screen is not a list of all of the programs that we offer within the school. You can see a complete list on our Plattsburgh website. But some programs I want to talk about are arts and humanities programs, art, music, and theater. Those programs, if you've done art your whole life, or maybe you played the flute your whole life, or you're interested in performing in theater, and that's something you want to do more as passion rather than declaring that as a major or minor, you most certainly can do that here at Plattsburgh. They're highly, extremely flexible in allowing you to take a couple of classes in those programs. Criminal justice is another large program here at Plattsburgh. As I mentioned, we are 20 minutes from the border of Canada, so Border Patrol, Homeland Security, Corrections, New York State Police, lots of opportunities to get hands-on experience within criminal justice. Science programs, we have over 15 different science programs for students to choose from. This is very broad, or it can be very specific. We offer cytotechnology, which is the study of cancer. We do have a 3+2 pre-engineering program that students, if you're looking for more of a broad engineering program, you may be interested in that program. Psychology, as you can speak from, is another large program. We do have a traumatic brain injury center right on our campus where students are able to get some hands-on experience on that facility. Did you want to talk? Have you gotten any experience there yet?
I haven't gotten experience in it, but some of the people that work with it, we had actually, because I took science last semester, and a speaker came in, he had a traumatic brain injury, and it was all about his process through and how he's come to be. Now he's sharing his process because it actually helps me in what a traumatic brain injury really is and how it affects my day. They have amazing opportunities, actually, they were talking about for people to work in the office, to work with them, to either go out actually into the field and work with people in different hospitals who are struggling with it and stuff like that. So there's a lot of opportunities within the area for that.
And that program that facility does service our local community. So I mentioned lots of opportunities in there. And then moving forward, our School of Education, Health and Human Services, these are going to be more of our pre-professional programs. Education, those programs are still high attraction for students. As I mentioned in the beginning, we were founded as an education institution. One of our other programs is our combined program, our bachelor's and master's program, where students ultimately can get their bachelor's and master's in 5 years opposed to 6. So we call that our combined program. We have childhood and adolescent education available in different concentrations that students can choose from. Expeditionary Studies is a very unique program to the SUNY system and to our campus. It's an adventure-based program, so if you are looking to deep sea hike for weeks at a time, that would be the program you'd be interested in. By far our most competitive program is our nursing program. But for the transfer students, we do have an RN to BS program that students can get into. Social work and fitness, wellness, and leadership and nutrition are several programs that we see increasingly growing over the years. Having those programs at undergraduate level is very unique to the system. And then our business and economics. This is AACSB accredited. It's the highest tier accreditation that a business school can receive. As you see on the screen, there are 11 different programs within that school. Many long-standing broader programs, much like the sciences, accounting, and so we do offer entrepreneurship at the undergraduate level, and then some very specific programs within the School of Business and Economics, hotel, restaurant, and tourism management. Those students do a lot, about 600 plus field experience hours before they can graduate, and they can do more than half of that on our campus. We do have a student restaurant that students are able to manage and work every part of the restaurant. And we do have global supply chain management. This is looking at how to get goods from point A to point B faster and cheaper than your competitors. And with that program, that does have a 100% job placement after graduation, and given our location being close to the border of Canada opens up lots of doors for hands-on experience within that program. As in the presentation, we did have Branch Campus. Branch Campus is located in Queensbury, New York. And at our Branch Campus, we do have 4 completion programs. We have an RN to BS program. We have a psychology program. And we have criminal justice program. And we have business administration. Those are completion programs. Students would have to have an associate before transferring into one of those programs and those that we offer at our Queensbury campus. So So did you transfer in, real quick, did you transfer into psychology? Was that the major that you had and you transferred?
I had a major already, but I didn't decide until like the end of my senior year going in. I was like, do I go in undeclared or do I pick a major? Because I was actually stuck between criminal justice and psychology, but then I was like, I wanted to work with people, and I knew that was like my best way to do it, so I knew it was for me. But also a lot of my friends have had it where they've changed their majors 3 or 4 times, and it's manageable. You don't even think you see yourself being somewhere, and through time it changes you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not applicable. It works out.
So if you may already in a program, say you already are in criminal justice or psychology, and you're looking to transfer to Plattsburgh into a completely different program, we would help you through that process in the admissions office, and we can help you to pick where your credits will transfer and how they'll transfer if you're looking to make a big change like that. So moving forward in getting involved on our campus, lots of opportunities to get involved here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and we try to really strive our students to get involved, meet new people, lots of opportunities to leadership roles. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations available on our campus for students to choose from. We have a student association, which is our student-run government. They have a $1 million budget each year to distribute out to all the different clubs and organizations to help them flourish. If there's my club or an organization that we are affiliated with that you want to start on our campus, you most certainly can do so. We recently had someone start a Pokemon Go club. So if definitely we don't have something that you're interested in, you can definitely start something with the student association. But we have more academic-focused clubs, biology club, history club. I'm sure there's a psychology club. And then we have more recreational clubs and cultural clubs. The Plattsburgh Body Slacks, which is slacklining, is pretty big during the warmer months. The Plattsburgh Yucca playing the Lely. If you're interested in hiking, there's a hiking club, fishing club, biking club. Are you affiliated with any clubs, any organizations?
Now I wasn't, because I was looking into the psychology, and actually it's like not honors, but it's a very good program, and they have a lot of opportunities. I think it's but mostly I like take part in activities like that are kind of on my own time. So like I obviously I'm a lot of times in the fitness center. I'll do like some of the classes and stuff there. I spend time though with people that are doing organizations. So like I'll go to a lot of events. I actually am really close to a guy that was one of the started Delta Sigma Phi. So like we're an organization that wanted to have something new here. And as you were talking on, if you think you end up people that have the same interest in it, I'd be surprised how many people actually do have the same interest here. But it happened, like they started a whole fraternity from nothing. So it was pretty cool to watch. Like I was at their chartering banquet and everything else. It was actually really cool.
Cool. And then within residence halls, and if you are looking to live on campus, there's always events, and I know you mentioned that previously in our conversation. There's always events that are being hosted by RAs and other students in the residence halls. And then, as we mentioned before, you have the freedom to really start any club or organization that you wish to start here at Plattsburgh. So we talked a little bit about going to the fitness center, and so we'll talk a little bit about that. So if you are interested in playing one of our Division III NCAA teams, we offer 17, both men and women to choose from. But if you're more like myself and run on the spectator side of things and watch, I love to watch the sports. You could be part of our Red Zone cheer squad, and they go to all of our home games. Sometimes they carpool to the games, and they're loud, and they paint their faces, and they're just fun to watch. And Bertie, he's there, mascot there, dancing, taking pictures. They're a lot of fun. So you could definitely be a part of that. And then if you want to casually play on a sports team, your club or intramural sports, we do offer several teams for that as well. So you could definitely get involved there. And I mentioned the fitness center. The fitness center has different classes that you can go to, spin class, Zumba class, that you'd be eligible to go to. You can even, if you're ambitious, you could even participate in hosting one of those classes. And then size swimming pool for our students, and then we have an indoor wall. Now, have you used the rock climbing wall yet?
I have not. I watch people do it all the time. Like, I want to do that, but it just looks so difficult. People's strength. I was like, wow.
You can even take a class.
Yeah.
We do offer classes for that. So if you're interested in that, can definitely do some activities. So what's next? So after we've talked a lot about, your first week, your first semester, and how you can get involved. I want to take some time to jump ahead and share with you what you could potentially do after that first semester and that first year that you might be here at Plattsburgh. So what opportunities do you have at your fingertips at being a Plattsburgh State student? So you do have the opportunity to add on a minor or a second major. This is something that a lot of students will ask us, especially transfer students. You kind of know what you want to pair up. You kind of know what it is that you want to do in your future, what career you want, so you know different pathways and how to get there. You most certainly can do that. That's something that you would work with your academic advisor. Here at Plattsburgh, once you're a student, you'd be eligible to, again, add on a major or minor. And you said you're minoring in criminal justice?
Yeah, and I actually just added that last semester. I wasn't sure. I took a criminology course a while ago, and I wasn't sure if that's new or not, but I wanted to add a minor on it. It was easy. As long as you talk to your advisor, you could ask what the best thing is if you really even have an idea and you just wanted to add one. Or you know already that this is what I really want to. And a lot of times there's overlap between your courses. So, like, I know I had a few courses that actually applied for both, so it ends up you don't have as much work as it sounds it is. So it's not one thing as it seems to be. And you can at any point, really, as long as you have enough credits and enough time. And a lot of people here, too, will stay even like an extra semester or two just to get that second major in or finish their minor if they can.
Yeah. And your academic advisor is going to be a great resource to really help you on that process of pairing. And as you see here on the screen, this is just a select few of different pairings that we know students have done, but really that's something that you can definitely talk to your advisor about. Experiential learning, this is one thing that we really pride ourselves on here at SUNY Plattsburgh. I know Samantha and myself have talked a little about different areas, the Traumatic Brain Injury Center, the student-run restaurant. There's lots of different areas in all programs right here on our campus, as well as elsewhere, that students can get some hands-on experience. So you see on this screen, these are some examples of practicum or class projects that students have done. Thinking about the next step as far as internships and where you can get hands-on experience. We want to make sure that you're in the right program, that you're in the field and you know what you're getting yourself into. So do in Cardinal Points, those are our online magazine and our student-run newspaper. And I actually have our student-run newspaper right here, Cardinal Points. That is all student-run. And we do have the Due North, which is our magazine, our Plattsburgh State magazine, which I have that as well. So just examples of those student-based opportunities that you can get hands-on experience. You can be on any part of that. So you can do the editing, you can be behind the screen, in front of the screen, lots of opportunities. And as we mentioned, the Traumatic Brain Injury Center. And then do our Communication Disorders and Sciences program. We have a speech and hearing clinic. It's very similar to the Traumatic Brain Injury Center. Those students are able to work with clients that are run by our Plattsburgh community. So it does services that local community, so lots of opportunities there. We do have some newly featured facilities on our campus that has opened up lots of opportunity for learning. We have a new $37 million science complex. It's called Hudson Hall, and that has new spaces and new equipment, science equipment for students to do research. We have 3 research vessels out on Lake Champlain, so lots of opportunities there as well. And then we have a new $12 million business building, and that has state-of-the-art smart classrooms for students to do really cool, unique projects within the business realm or computer science realm. So lots of opportunities right here on our campus, and taking those opportunities elsewhere, whether that's in the Plattsburgh community or, again, a little bit further with your travel. But so you see here on the screen, these are just little different icons for different places that students have done internships. Have you done an internship yet, or is that something you're going to start thinking about in your next year so here at Plattsburgh?
I'm trying. Well, as I said, I'm going to try to work. I have actually an interview on Monday with them for the UGIP program, which is all over actually the country, but one right here in Clinton County is really good for it. It's almost like a social work position, so you work with families with the cases, and like a lot of people go to the court, you can help, and like I just want to get my feet wet and see like this is for me, because I can picture so much besides hands. And I also know that one of my professors is trying to help me. There's a technological testing facility down by me, actually. It's like right over the bridge, because I'm right there at Tappan Bridge. And she's trying to see, because she has connections with them, she's trying to tell if I would maybe get an internship to learn how to do some, and sometimes actually perform in psychological testing, which would be awesome if they couldn't get ruling out what you want. Because like my field of psychology, there's so many sectors to go to, and I don't really know yet exactly. There's a few that I'm between. I'm trying to like knock out which ones are definitely for me or which ones aren't.
Right. And your academic advisor that you're meeting with every semester will help you in that process too, in selecting internships. We'll do lots of networking right here on the campus. We do host fairs, career fairs where students can go. And
very beneficial for the business majors. I know someone actually just got a full-time job from doing the career fair, so.
Yeah, so lots of opportunities as far as internship goes. So again, as I mentioned before, we understand that transfer students are all coming in at different times of their pathways of their academic career. So know that some of you may be coming right in and ready to jump right into an internship, and some of you may be just not quite there yet. And we do have all of those accommodations and resources to help you through the process. So a little bit about getting internships, and all of this is leading to we become a leader. Lots of clubs have boards you can be a part of. Like I said, our student association, the Senate, you could be a part of that. We do have other programs through our Student Involvement Center to help increase those opportunities for you if you're looking to do some leadership roles. Project Help, alternative spring breaks for students to participate in. If you're looking to maybe live on campus and being RA, you could do that as well. There's some different perks in that with discounts in housing and food. Campus, our Career Development Center, which I'll talk a little about next, does have opportunities to help you find a job on campus. I did mention that Student Center, that you could be a peer tutor and get some extra change in your pocket, but there's other campus jobs that you most certainly could apply for. And they'll also help you send jobs out in the Plattsburgh community as well, if that's something that you're interested in. Greek Life, sorority, fraternity, if you're interested in that, we have a whole office, our Greek office. And then honor societies, we have lots of different honor societies that students could be a part of. So would you like to talk to any of these programs? And I talked a little bit about Greek Life.
Well, and besides even the honor societies, they have a great honors program here too. I'm actually a part of it. And you take 4 honors courses, and you don't necessarily have to be like when you're actually applying to the school, because I was a transfer as well. So when I came in, went to the head of it, Dr. Armstrong, and I asked him, I was like, would I be able to be a part of this? I really wanted to benefit it, and they have some actually really interesting courses, but they're not structured anything like the courses we do here.
Right.
Like, I mean, part of it, like in your major, there's also seminars where it's not tests and stuff like that. It's paper and talking and actually projects and hands-on. And they offer courses that necessarily when you take the major, but more of them, and you could have the honors degree in it, which is nice because you have a bunch of semesters, so you don't have to take consecutively. Like, I'm taking one this semester, but I can get the rest I've been here, so I have one left. And there's also an advanced honors, which actually gets you to have, like, your work could be published.
Yes.
Like, at the graduate level, which is really actually interesting, because then before you graduate, you already have something published in the field, which is awesome.
That's really cool.
And your interest.
Yeah. So lots of opportunities to get that graduate experience before you even take that next step, if that's the next step for you. I'm going to talk a little about study abroad. Have you studied abroad?
I am not wanting to so bad, but with my major, it didn't like work out. So I wanted to, but I've had a billion friends with it.
So let me talk a little bit about studying abroad, and some of you may be coming in saying, I already have all these credits, I don't know if this is going to fit in my schedule. Well, we have lots of opportunities as far as study abroad goes. So because we are part of the SUNY system, there are 500 different locations that students can choose from, different programs for study abroad. Here at Plattsburgh, we house about 30 different programs, but we offer different style programs. So we have the long-term, which is a traditional semester-long internship, and we do offer short-term, so week-long, 3-week-long, 5-week-long. So if you're looking to maybe go during summer break, winter break, or maybe shorten up a semester, you can do that as well. And we are one in 4 schools that offer the National Student Exchange, and that's within the university system. So a lot of opportunities to do a study abroad. And you can really do that at any point in your academic career. You just want to make sure that you are communicating with your academic advisor and finding the best spot to do a study abroad option. So this is the area where I want to talk about the Career Development Center, So we've gotten through the first week, the first semester, maybe the first year at Plattsburgh, and you've done a lot. You have been able to get hands-on experience. You've maybe joined a couple clubs. Now you're starting to think about those next steps, which I'm sure you're getting ready to that point. The Career Development Center is a very unique space that we offer here at Plattsburgh for lots of different types of support. So it can help you if you don't have a resume, you want to start a resume, they can help you they can help critique your resume that you may already have. They can help you cover letters, apply jobs, like I mentioned, on campus or getting ready for graduation and that next step on campus. Internships, they can do mock interviews with you. They have a whole career research and planning. They have advisors in there that can help you specifically find your strengths, weaknesses, and really help you with that next step, whether that's graduate school with your application or applying to jobs and doing those interviews and getting prepared for that. I also have applied learning grants that they offer, so lots of opportunities to get funding to do different research projects or travel, or maybe do, like I mentioned, the study abroad option within your program. We have that as well. And then the Cardinal Connect is a whole online system that helps you find internships and, again, these mock interviews. So lots of different unique resources with our Career Development Center. And this is going to be the time that you're really, at any point in time in your academic career, you can reach out to them. But once you're getting ready, close to that next step, we really encourage our students to reach out to them and utilize those services. Have you gone to the Career Center?
I haven't yet because I didn't need, for psychology, I didn't need to make a resume or anything yet, but I have a lot of friends who are in the business major, and that's the first step you need. Yeah, so they actually will, pick through and sit there with every last detail and make sure it's perfect for you. But also, they reach out to you. We get emails all the time in the Student Digest, as well as the Cardinal Connect sometimes will email you itself saying opportunities on the campus for the job or just different ones in the area and stuff like that. You asked about a certain area because a lot of people don't necessarily want to stay in Plattsburgh. They want to go home after. They have connections all throughout the country.
Yep, a lot of opportunities there. So we're at that last spot. So you reach out to Career Development Center. You know your next step, graduation. This is something that you should be very proud of, and we are hopefully, as a transfer student transferring into Plattsburgh, we ultimately want to help you get to this spot, to graduation, taking that next step. So definitely something to be very proud of. So I want to quickly go into, as we wrap up the presentation today, some requirements, dates, and deadlines. So as you see here on the screen, a 2.6 to 3.4 college GPA is about the middle 50% of our transfer students fall when they're coming in. Now the GPA requirement for certain programs are all listed on our Plattsburgh website. There are some programs that do require an elevated GPA requirement to get into the program. For example, our teacher education programs do require a 3.0 college GPA. Criminal justice is a 2.3. And then we do have some other programs that, again, have that elevated GPA requirement. The middle 50% of our students fall between a 2.6 and a 3.4. If you do have any questions about that and you're concerned about that, we can definitely work with you on the transfer side here in admissions. When you're getting ready to apply, you just want to make sure, as I mentioned before, submitting all transcripts from previous institutions that you have been to. So any institution that you have been enrolled in, you've taken a class at, you want to make sure that you ask for an official transcript to be sent to SUNY First. And apply through two forms of the application. Is the SUNY application or the Common Application. They're both listed on our Plattsburgh website. You can submit a letter of recommendation and a personal essay. They are recommended, but they are not required. And then some other programs may have additional paperwork that you'll have to complete for other materials for application. For example, our social work program. If you have less than 24 hours, so if you are transferring into Plattsburgh and you have less than 24 hours post-high school graduation, you will have to submit an official high school transcript that has the year and your graduation date on it and your SAT or ACT scores. Those are two things that you'll have to submit, again, if you have less than 24 credit hours post-high school graduation. And then if you have any questions about that, again, you can reach out to our transfer team in admissions. I'm going to share some of you some dates and deadlines. If you are thinking of the fall, maybe you want to apply to fall 2017, fall 2018, you can see that the recommended application dates for transfer students is March 1st. You want to file that fast by December 15th. We do have a national deposit deadline, which is May 1st. Again, application deadline of March 1st is recommended deadline. Our office does act on rolling admission, so you can essentially apply until there's no more seats to fill or classes have started. Thinking of this spring, as Samantha did, she came to us in the spring. The recommended application date for transfers is November 1st, and you want to file that FAFSA by November 1st, and again, that deadline is going to be December 1st. And you find all of that information out on our Plattsburgh website. So I thank everyone who watched our video today and has added our questions. I want to thank Samantha for joining in today. We do want to ask that you stay connected with us. We are on all different forms of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, Tumblr. So there's lots of different ways that you can stay connected and get a feel of our campus from current students here. We do have lots of different opportunities for students to come to campus, take tours. We do also general live information sessions, WebEx, open houses, and we do individual appointments for transfers. You can sign up for those and see what are happening right on our Plattsburgh website if you just go to the Visit Campus link. Last minute advice or words for those who are interested or thinking about transferring to Plattsburgh?
The only thing I really could say is that don't let yourself hold it back by being afraid of like something new or whatnot. Really, if you think for you, do it. Because I was a little nervous to do it, and I'm going for the most part, but coming here, I was so nervous, and it was the best thing. You have a whole team here to work with you and help you make the transition smooth. So hopefully we'll see you soon.
Wonderful. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our admissions office. My name is Tanya Dees, and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you.